Cabinet Secretary Trade and Industry Adan Mohamed has refuted claims of traces of mercury in the contraband sugar. This time, the chemical test results differing with those stated by Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i.
We have records at the Kenya Bureau of Standards on who inspected this sugar before they left the country, or if they were inspected here in country, what the test results were. To the best of our knowledge, there is no indication of anything like mercury that has been found in any of those sugars.
It is the view of the Trade and Industry Ministry that Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i was misinformed on the chemical test results on samples of the contraband sugar.
We need to trace back the origin of that sugar, and if indeed there is mercury, we must do very quickly recall of all that sugar into this that is currently in the country and take them back and destroy them accordingly. If, however, we can confirm and agree that additional tests have been done and no traces have been found,
Kenya Bureau of Standards have alluded to us that they never conducted the results that are being now quoted elsewhere. We also want to hear from the CS Matiang'i where they conducted those tests and what are those tests. And two, whether the sugar that is in the shelves, the sugar that is also in the various supermarkets, whether it's fit for human consumption.
On the 13th of June, Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i made this revelation about impounded contraband sugar.
When you are distributing chemicals, you are selling Kenyans poison that you're purporting to be sugar, and you're making money out of it, you are engaged in murder on a mass scale.
At that time, thousands of bags of what was described as contraband sugar had been impounded at the DCI headquarters, and it had emerged that Kenyans may have seemingly been consuming sugar laced with traces of mercury and copper over an unknown period of time. Since then, the government has impounded thousands of bags of contraband sugar. Yet, the Cabinet Secretary of Trade says the government has been and is aware of all the quantities of sugar imported and by whom.
We know who imported sugar into this country last year. They came through the port of Mombasa. We should be able to go and ask these people, how much sugar did you import? We actually allowed these people to come in with this sugar.
The Agriculture and Livestock Committee will be summoning 4 ministries, these being Trade and Industry, Agriculture, Treasure and Interior, in a bid to get to the root of the importation of contraband sugar. The argument surrounding counterfeit sugar is that if indeed it was contaminated, then there's no way it would survive on the shelves in retail stores. Others argue that mercury cannot be on the same sugar packets if it goes unnoticed. Currently, the Trade Ministry has written to the Interior Ministry asking them to share those results that stated the mercury was laced in the counterfeit sugar. Myendo, NTV, Nairobi.